Hello friends, Zita here, coming to you from Vancouver, Washington. I'm at Bagley Downs Community Park. I am sheltering in place with my umbrella. Nobody else here but me, but it's raining. I was going to go to Burnt Bridge Creek Trail again today like I did yesterday. It was a glorious walk. It was kind of humid yesterday, and I'm glad for the cooler weather. And I'm usually not such a wimp when it rains, but I'm tired today, so I just decided to come to the park. I'll probably go back to the trail tomorrow. That was a really good walk. A lot of things still happening with the coronavirus, and counties and states all over the country trying to transition into phase 1 or beyond. I hear there will be several counties in Oregon transitioning as early as Friday. I think Washington is following too. They're watching it closely. It's still talking about testing and contact tracing, and masks are again in the news. And if you've watched this vlog much, you realize that I am a strong proponent of wearing masks for everybody. And they're suggesting cloth masks, just face coverings or bandanas for everyone if you're in a public place, especially where it's difficult to do social distancing. That said, you should still try to keep 6 feet away from people and practice proper hygiene. It all makes sense. They say when you're outside, you don't need a mask, which is a relief, because usually when I come to the park, I don't wear one. It's just, it felt like I didn't really need one if I wasn't very close to people and I'm in the great outdoors. However, if you're at like a public market where people are close together, you should wear a mask too. This all makes sense, but they're not advising the N95 masks because those are for medical providers. And I've heard some horror stories of people wearing masks constantly and then suffocating, so don't do that. I mean, this is all new territory for us, and we're learning as we go. There's a middle ground for everything, and logic is helpful too. Common sense, although common sense is not always so common, especially when we're dealing with something new, right? Anyway, today is day 48 of Stay Home, Stay Safe. I've been in this here house for nearly 50 days. I've only come out to this park every day to walk the dog and try a little bit of jogging and then do my video blogging. I have visited my mom a couple times with proper social distancing, of course, and I've gone to the store a couple times with my mask and gloves. And now I've started to venture out further to the Burnt Bridge Creek, that's hard to say, Burnt Bridge Creek Trail, which is beautiful, and it's not too far from where I live, and it gives me almost a 2-mile loop walk, and I plan on doing more. I really want to achieve my long-term goal on my bucket list of running a marathon one of these days, and I'm going to be 59 in January, so I'm going to have to start working a little harder. This is a good time to do it because I, can't do much else except for home things and studying at home and teaching my students. So I might as well work on some of my bucket list, right? The numbers are still going up, and I think part of it is increased testing. Part of it is we're transitioning out. We can't stay home forever. Some of us are going to get the virus, and hopefully herd immunity will kick in, and hopefully not that many people will get really sick and not too many people will die. But it's pretty high numbers. Globally, cases are 4,238,201 cases. That's confirmed. Deaths are 286,079. In the United States, confirmed cases are 1,379,508 with 81,285 cases. Deaths. 81,285 deaths. Washington, 17,610 cases, and we have 932 deaths here. Oregon has gone up a little bit, too, with cases and deaths. They have 3,228 cases, 130 deaths, although they're way behind Washington. So I imagine that Oregon will be opening up a little sooner than Washington. Although I heard about this last weekend when it was so nice, I was wondering what it would be like on the coast. And I guess in Cannon Beach, they kicked out like 900 people that decided they want to come to the beach that weren't locals. So don't go to the beach unless you live there. So masks, like I said, masks are back in the news, and CDC and health officials are recommending them. What else did they say about that? Yeah, but with still practicing safe hygiene, wash those hands, keep your distance, don't touch your face. They're still talking about the COVID-related pediatric syndrome, but hopefully that's not going to be a big thing. We don't want our kids to suffer for sure, and I am so sorry for anyone that has a sick child at this time. What else? Oh, my psalm of the day is 100. That was the one that really struck me. It's a praise psalm. It's very uplifting. So, and it's very short. If you are a reader of the Bible and enjoy psalms, Psalm 100 is a good one. Other than that, things are going well. I'm trying to stay as healthy as I can. Oh, I am really focusing on Middle Eastern food lately, and I made a wonderful batch of keto pita bread today, and I'll try to remember to post a recipe on my blog. It was so good, and I had bought some za'atar online. Za'atar is one of my favorite spices, and I can't seem to find it locally in the stores, but locally I've only been going to Walmart because I don't want to venture very far from home, and they don't have za'atar. So I ordered online. Za'atar has sumac, thyme, and sesame seeds in it, and it's this wonderful kind of smoky, lemony, peppery seasoning. And a lot of Middle Eastern cultures will take pita bread and smother a bit of olive oil on top with some za'atar. Oh, it's so good. You could put it on chicken or eggs, but I made my keto pita breads, and they turned out really good, just with almond flour and cheeses and eggs, and I baked them and put some of the za'atar on top. It was so yummy. So I'm enjoying cooking Middle Eastern. I made some baba ganoush the other day. What else did I make? I made some zhouk. It's a green spicy sauce, kind of like the Indian chutney, the mint chutney, with jalapenos and cilantro. And I made a bean soup today. And on my blog later, you'll have to read it. Well, if you're watching this video, you're probably reading my blog. But I am going to talk about my fasting. I have finally made some progress. I was plateaued for a long time, because I think during my eating window, I had this fear of deprivation and fear of that window closing. So I would eat massively right before the end of right before I started my fast, but when my window was closing, and not drink enough water. So last night I thought about it, and I thought, I've been doing this for almost a year, and I haven't really achieved that much weight loss. I've achieved discipline, and I feel a little bit healthier, but there's no reason why I can't have some broth. And so that's what I do. I'm closing my window about 4 p.m., and trying to remember to drink lots of water. And then when I get hungry, which is usually about 7, and then I start having all this pity for myself and stomach pain and trying to ignore it, I made some broth last night with just some really good Better Than Bouillon chicken broth. And I think it's a teaspoon. It's 15 calories. I'll have to look that up. But if you are doing... there's different philosophies about fasting. I'm not going to be such a purist anymore. They say that you can have less than 50 calories and still be in your fast. So I made some broth with chicken bouillon, and I added some turmeric and some tahini, and what else? I can't remember what else I stuck in there. I threw in some seasonings, and I had a hot thermos of broth, and I put a little squirt of lemon juice because I love my lemon juice, and some garlic powder, lemon juice and garlic. I'm not from the Middle East, but I have the taste buds. But it was very satisfying. I didn't feel so deprived, and I woke up and I'd lost a whole pound overnight. So I don't know if that was a coincidence, but I'm going to call it my miracle broth drink, and I'm going to make some more of that tonight. In fact, that's what I'm going to go home and do right now, because I'm getting cold here on my bench in the park all by myself in the rain. So with that, on that note, I wish you a wonderful Monday evening, and hopefully we will transition back into society much better than we were before, better, stronger, faster. And I wish you a happy evening. Blessings to you. I'm praying for you and the whole world. Bye-bye. Zita signing out.